What's up, everybody? My name is Sean Safara with Clean Command LLC, based in Charleston, South Carolina. Today, I'm actually on a roof doing some gutter cleaning and installing some gutter guards. Essentially, we have a section where the gutter guards have not been installed. They were really dirty, so they've already been scooped out, cleaned out, and we're ready to install some more gutter guards on that section. Now, this client doesn't want gutter guards up on the upper part of the roof because the trees are not close enough to where you're actually getting leaves and debris in the gutters themselves, only on the lower section where the trees actually reach over. Now, at some point, let's say 4 or 5 years from now, when these trees surrounding the home grow up, they may want to consider placing gutter guards on the top. Gutter cleaning's very easy, whether you're doing it professionally or whether you're doing it DIY as a homeowner. The main thing you want to do is make sure that you work safely, make sure that you have a set of gloves. There are tools available. A lot of people will take leaf blowers and blow the gutters out. You can do that if the ground is already covered in leaves and debris. But what I will say is that when you do that, you are going to blast leaves everywhere. So the best way to do it is to actually scoop them out by hand or with the tool, put them into a 5-gallon bucket and lower it down from the roof with a rope. As you can see, this section of gutter is very clean, except for right here. And this is really probably just because it is a catch point with the shape of this roof around me. Switch to wide view. As you can see, the wind is probably getting a bit of a circular motion, and where this is the end of the guard, it is just catching stuff over time. So easiest way is to just push everything towards the end, grab it in a big handful, and you might have to do this 2 or 3 times, and like I said, we'll actually get this off of the roof. Now that that is cleaned out, we're going to move on to installing the remainder of the gutter guards here on this section. Now, as you can see, there are gutter guards there. I did remove those in order to clean debris that got underneath of it by being blown through there. Gutters do sort of make like little wind tunnels, and so they have like a lower air pressure as the wind's blowing over it. There's no pressure in that gutter, and so stuff is easily almost like vacuumed into the gutters, and they will actually blow all the way under that guard. So you can't see now, but like I said, I removed those 2 sections, cleaned it out, and now we're going to reinstall, or not reinstall, we're going to install new gutter guards across here. Now, a lot of these gutter guards are going to attach in 3 main different ways. Some are going to attach with a clip that is going to snap in around the gutter. These have 2 options. So they have a 3M sticky adhesive strip that is on them. You can peel that and stick those. If you do it that way, you need to have a little isopropyl alcohol in a spray bottle, spray the lips of the gutter down to ensure that it actually bonds correctly and lasts a long time. What we're going to do today is use the self-tapping screws that also come with it. I think that's a better option. It makes it much more straightforward, and if you need to remove them later for any reason, it's much easier to remove self-tapping screws with an impact than it is to take off adhesive, find new adhesive strip, and reapply it. And like I said, you only need a couple tools. You're going to need a set of gloves. You're going to need an impact. A lot of these kits are going to come with a bit, so if you are a DIYer, you're not going to need to have this. Most of the time it will come with the kit along with those self-tapping screws. The other thing that you will need, unless you are a gymnast, is a ladder. So 32-foot ladder will allow you to access everything. Although if you are a DIYer, make sure that you are careful when operating a 32-foot ladder. A lot of professionals will actually walk with them fully extended. I don't recommend this if you've never done it before. Make sure you lower it, move it along to the next section, raise it up, lower it, raise it up, and just do that. It's a little bit more time consuming, but you want to be safe above everything else. Now that we're back on the ground, I want to show you the gutter guards that we're using. These are contractor grade stainless steel micro mesh gutter guards. There are tons of different options, but with these, you're going to be able to keep out bees. You're going to be able to keep out pine needles, roof grit, pine straw. I already said that. This is a really good option, and you can get your measurements right there apparently, so feel free to scan their QR code. I'm not sponsored by these guys. Also, as you can see, this does come with the 3M adhesive strip. We are not going to use that today. We're not going to remove that strip. We're just not actually going to remove the plastic layer that is hiding the adhesive underneath. We're going to leave it just like that in case they ever want to do that. And instead, we will use the self-tapping screws that come along with the kit. Now that we're back on the roof, I'm actually going to take, I've got about 6 of these right here. We're actually going to start to just place them where they need to go all the way down before we fasten them, just in case we need to overlap anything or do anything of that nature. Make sure they're all in great position, and then we'll actually take those self-tapping screws at the very end and fasten them. It looks like the previous contractor used about 2 self-tapping screws per section. Is definitely going to suffice. It doesn't need to be extremely fastened. These are level, the gutters are level, there's no bends, so nothing's going to be able to slip under there. 2 screws will be just fine. Now, as you can see, this new gutter guard slips in just perfect. I don't know if you can see here, there's a little extra mesh, and this is what it looks like. You have a little bit of overlap. You're going to want those to overlap on top of each other, because what this is going to allow, this is the old one, so it's slightly bent. We're going to make sure that we don't do that on the new ones, but you want mesh to go under mesh and these to butt up exactly right. The other part is you don't want to just lay this completely flat, because there's no support on the back. You're actually going to want to come up and go underneath the shingle. So as we go, I actually lift up the shingle and slide them into place. This gives us that nice downward angle, which is also going to prevent a bunch of stuff from just sitting on top of this. As you can see, that is how the entire house is done. We want this to be uniform. Some gutters may be slightly different, but for the most part, this would be an industry standard. Now, we have our new section of gutter here, or gutter guard. We have our new section of gutter guard here. As you can see, this is already slightly bent. So what we're gonna do is straighten this out. We're gonna do is straighten this out so that we have a smooth fit, and this will actually go underneath this. So when this gets placed on here, a lot of people are going to want to go like that. Now look here, if we did it this way, see that big gap? You cannot do that. Make sure that you're actually going above the lip under the shingle. Now if you're working from the top down like I am, it can be a little bit hard to see. So the best way is to lift up the shingle like so. Once it's popped into place on the upper, there is a lip on the bottom of this. Imagine it's like this, the thumb being the lip and my index finger being this top. There is a lip, so it will slide against the gutter. That helps to secure it in place and gives you that nice even finish. So what we're gonna do is push on this slightly. Hear that little pop? And that's how we know that we're in place and our mesh is nice and overlapped. We are good to go for the next section. So now all of the gutter guards have been placed in their correct places all the way to the edge of the gutter. So now all we need to do is add 2 self-tapping screws to each section and we'll be done. All right, so all of the gutter guard is installed. Mission accomplished. Again, cleaning gutters and installing gutter guard is not difficult. If you have the proper equipment, the time, the patience, and you're safe about it, it's not going to be something that's wildly difficult for you to do. If you are in need of any of these services and do not or are unable to perform them yourself, feel free to give us a call, Clean Command LLC here in Charleston, South Carolina at 843-823-2205, and you can visit our website in the link below. That's www.cleancommandsc.com. Thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure to subscribe.